Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do this modified Z-fold card. It's a pretty cool card, and I saw it online by Jan, and I just had never seen it out there, and I've been searching for techniques a lot. So I just wanted to show you this. So let's get started. One thing you're going to need is a piece of 3.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I'm using Very Vanilla, and I'm going to bring in my trimmer so that I can score it. And you're going to score it at, there you go, lost my bone folder here. We're going to score it at 3 1/4. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 1/2. 4 1/2 and 9. Okay. So now you're going to go ahead and fold this and use your bone folder to get a nice crisp edge. Okay, so this is the way the card's going to go when you finish your front part. So I'm going to put that aside for now. I'm coming in with some cardstock that I'm going to do both the inside and the outside with. But to start off, you're going to need a piece of Tranquil Tide that's 5.5 by 4 1/4, which is a quarter sheet of your 8.5 by 11. Then a piece of the Very Vanilla that's 5 1/4 by 4, and these are just going to stack. And then a piece of the Designer Series paper that is 5 by 3 3/4. This paper is so pretty. I've already ordered a second pack, and we haven't had the true, in our pre-order, but once June comes I'll be able to order as much as I want. So, okay, so I'm going to put these aside for now, but these are going to make the base. And then I'm going to come in with the piece of Very Vanilla that's 3" squared, a piece of Tranquil Tide that's 2 3/4 squared, and the biggest square from the stitched Framelits. And you just run this through your Big Shot, and there's other pictures online to show you the sandwich and everything, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm also going to bring in a scrap piece right here that I'm going to stamp my hippo on. That is a hippo, I hope. Rhino. Goodness. Okay, so did you know that you can emboss with Stampin' Up's inks? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get out my clear embossing powder. As long as your ink pads are pretty nice and wet, you can emboss with them. And no sense like getting the black if to save money. You just have to use black ink and then emboss it with clear. It just kind of saves you some money. Alright, so I have him stamped, and I'm going to go ahead, and you can tell, and emboss it. You can tell that it has it on there because it's nice and shadowy, so let's heat set that. Okay, so I have that, and then as I'm heating it, I'm thinking, well, aren't they gray? So I'm going to restamp him and do it in gray, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I just think brown and gray don't quite go really well together, and I wasn't supposed to use the gray because I had it packed away for a class that's tomorrow. So I'm going to stick this back as soon as I get done with this video so I don't get in trouble by my partner in crime, Pat. She makes sure that I keep everything to where I don't forget to bring it in class. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the parts that have the lines with the darker gray, just to make sure that this has shadows. And I'm kind of going over the gray because I embossed, so it's not going to be taking the ink as well. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the lighter gray, and I'm just going to go over the whole thing. All right, and then the bird I'm going to do in browns. And color his beak. Now I'm going to cut it out by hand, so I will be coming right back as soon as I get this cut out. Okay, so I've got that. I just want to do the grass, so I'm going to just come in here and do the dark green old olive there, and then the light old olive underneath. Now you wouldn't have to cut this out because there are dies with this, but since I was only able to order it on a pre-order, I was not able to get the dies. So I'm looking forward to getting the dies. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my square now that I have him all ready, and I'm going to bring in a piece of scratch paper because I'm going to be making a mess. And I am using this one I'm using the animal outing, and then for the, where did I put it? Come on. Well, how can I miss it when I had everything out here? Let's see. Okay, I'm looking everywhere off of my mat for this piece that was sitting right here. All right, I'm okay. Seriously, I'm okay. All right, so this one is this leaf stamp that's very important. Came from Fabulous Flamingo, and I'm using that to just add some leaves for him to have, and I'm going to stamp off a couple times just to give it like some dimension, so it looks like they're behind each other. And let's do one more right here. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and pop up my guy here. And I'm going to see, that's when you make mistakes, you just go back on over it. All right, my dimensionals right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of him. So you can see a little bit better. And a couple of the minis to put up here on the bird and up higher on his head, because I want him to stand out. All right. I got this set for free at the OnStage, and I was super excited because I love giraffe, which I've already told you, but this is just such a cute set that I would have wanted to buy it. This way I didn't have to buy it, and I got it anyway. So now he's on there. I'm going to go ahead and layer him on my squares that I had out. If I can find them. Oh, they're right here. Goodness. Okay. So, Behind him is going to be the other square of the Tranquil Tide. And then the Very Vanilla, because when I went to put him on the DSP, he didn't pop because it was just too darks on together. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this part. And put this one on my green, my back one. And put him on here. So now I have my front all done. And now I'm going to do where I have the inside. So I'm going to bring this in and my piece of paper again. And I'm going to stamp the kangaroo in the brown this time, the early espresso. And put him first. And I want him down a little lower. And I'm going to emboss him too. Whoops. Okay, so now I got to color him, and I'm going to do him in the browns. In the light brown for, or the crumb cake for his body, and then bronze for his highlights. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I did before, and I just got a little messy because I don't usually use the brush tip. For his belly, I'm using the Ivory because I want that to be lighter than the rest of him. And I guess she's being a surrogate mom for this little koala. And I'll be doing that one in gray. Just the light gray. Okay, now I cut him out of a sticky, and I'm going to put this over so that he is protected. And then I'm going to come in with the leaves again. This time though, I'm going to come in with a roll of sticky tape, which I bought online and I love. And I'm just going to make sure that this does not, well, that, it's because I was trying to do it upside down. Okay. I don't want it to go over into the bad part, so I'm just going to cut it because for some reason I can't seem to make my fingers work. Okay. This way the leaves can come in on this side and not mess that up. Alright, leaf again. Make sure that's sticking down. And you're just going to stamp this around, and I'm going to be stamping off quite a bit so that it has different hues of the green. And one dark one right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and this off, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment that I got out of Colorful Seasons, and I'll put that right in the middle here. I'm going to heat set this so when I fold it, it doesn't get anything on the sides. And now that I've done that, I thought of something I wanted to do, because he does need to have a little bit on top of him. That just gives it more dimension. Alright, so now I'm going to bring in my back of this one, and that's going to be 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this one. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. Well, first off, let me do this one first, because that's going to make it a little easier. Put adhesive on the brown first. Come on. Now the new piece that I have, which is all right, where did it go? Here it is. Okay, want to make sure this is going straight, and have these two line up, and then so now they're stuck together. Isn't that cute? And it just has a nice little, get this off so you can see better. Has a nice shape to it. Well, I hope you like this. Sorry about all the mistakes, but that's how it goes when you're stamping. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.